saving lives, preventing disease, and reversing disease. You are listening to Dr. Richardson on Call, brought to you in part by the Atlanta Clinic of Preventive Medicine, William Richardson, MD.
This program is not being used to make diagnosis, administer treatment, prescribe medications, or order tests. The information contained is provided as an educational service. This program is not a replacement for the relationship you have with your healthcare provider. If you have concerns about your health, please contact your healthcare provider's office immediately.
Hello, ladies and gents. This is Andre 3000, one half of the group Outcast, and you're listening to Dr. Richardson on Call on WCLK 91.9 FM.
Hi, and thank you for listening to what was at the time Dr. Richardson's very popular and informative holistic, preventive, alternative health talk radio show designed to save lives, prevent disease, and reverse disease. Furthermore, if you are interested and in need of a holistic alternative medical doctor, you can reach Dr. Richardson at 770-419-4471. That's 770-419-4471. And be sure to visit our website at acpm.net. That's acpm.net.
Welcome to this edition of Dr. Richardson on Call. Hi, I am Dr. William Richardson, and today we are going to take a serious look at preventive holistic medicine at its best. How preventive medicine goes far beyond just suppressing symptoms and disease management. How preventive medicine is saving lives, preventing disease, and reversing disease. How preventive medicine includes any and all types of medical and/or alternative approaches to bring about health and healing. Stay tuned for this edition of Dr. Richardson on Call, where today we will examine how preventive medicine can and will solve your health challenges now and in the future.
Did you know that studies reveal that 86% of your health and well-being is totally dependent upon your lifestyle, diet, environment, exercise, relaxation, rest, and stress management? And did you know that medical care and genetics account for only 14% of your health and well-being? This means that you are 86% in control of your health through living a healthy lifestyle and building a healthy environment. Dr. Richardson and the Atlanta Clinic of Preventive Medicine specialize in reversing disease, preventing disease, and saving lives. Our full-service health clinic offers complete diagnostic evaluations and medical care, lifestyle nutritional counseling, detox programs, immune enhancement, permanent weight loss programs, IV chelation therapy, and alternative treatments for most all diseases and conditions.
Hello, ladies and gents. This is Andre 3000, one half of the group Outcast, and you're listening to Dr. Richardson on Call on WCLK 91.9 FM.
Hi, I'm Dr. William Richardson, and I'm inspired and honored and truly welcome you to this edition of Dr. Richardson on Call, where the second and fourth Wednesday of every month from 6 to 7 p.m., we will take in-depth, stimulating looks at the major health issues facing our community today. My friends, the mission of this health talk show, Dr. Richardson on Call, is to reverse and prevent disease as well as save lives. On this show, we request, we encourage, and we really demand your participation. Call us and ask your important questions and give your valuable commentaries when we open up the phone lines. Again, I'm your host, Dr. William Richardson, a board-certified medical doctor with over 25 years of experience. My role on this show is to facilitate our listeners in the how and why of making intelligent health choices in quality medical care, disease reversal and prevention, nutrition, diet and supplements, cleansing and detoxification, immune system enhancement, and many other lifestyle and environmental factors. Also, as always, I'm joined in the studio by my brother John Richardson, who is the writer, researcher, and executive producer for this show, to whom I owe many thanks. Thank you, Brother John.
And thank you, Brother Dr. William Richardson, and welcome out there in Radio Land, as I, John Richardson, am also honored and inspired to be with you on this edition of Dr. Richardson on Call. And today we have another very important topic, Dr. Richardson.
Oh, yeah.
And that is our favorite topic, and that would be preventive holistic medicine, which is what we talk about week to week, month to month, year to year, decade to decade, century? No, okay. All right. Today, folks, many people are trying to find an open-minded, holistic, nutritionally oriented health professional because they are sick and tired of what? Drugs, hospitals, surgery, and limited thinking. Furthermore, many studies reveal that 65% of our health is entirely related to our lifestyle. That is the diet, the seat belts, the mental attitude, the exercise and relationships, all these kind of things. And 21% of our health is due to environmental factors, being pollution, socio and economic factors, climatic factors, these kind of things. And only 14% of our health is due to genetics and health care. Only 14%. Very important. Therefore, this tells us that you, that's right, you are in control of your health, which depends mostly upon your lifestyle and your environment. And finally, it is our contention, Dr. Richardson, that the prevailing evidence reveals that the improper lifestyle, lack of exercise, sleep deprivation, faulty dietary habits, environmental pollution, yeast, candida, parasite infections, these kind of things, misuse of medications, vitamin and mineral deficiencies, all these things contribute to major health problems. And so, Dr. Richardson, now we're going to swing specifically to the topic today. And pieces that we talk about from week to week is like, how does preventive medicine go far beyond just suppressing symptoms and disease management? And basically, how does preventive medicine save lives, prevent disease, and reverse disease? So we might start this conversation, Dr. Richardson, and you answering this and addressing this, since you're board certified in preventive medicine,
Right.
an expert, been practicing for years and years. You address the definition of preventive holistic medicine, if you will, for us. Thank you.
Right. I would very much like to. I really believe in prevention because it just makes good sense. Basically, it's a perspective, actually. But in definition, in preventive medicine, there are 3 levels of preventive medicine. There's primary prevention, whereas you prevent a disease from occurring in an individual or population in the first place. Like maybe, hopefully, I'm doing with my children in certain aspects by having them eat a certain way so they don't even have to think about prostate cancer, breast cancer,
blood
and
pressure,
things like that.
all that.
And then secondary prevention is basically screening people to see if they have diseases that can be uncovered and not give further disease, like colorectal exams, blood pressure checks, cholesterol checks, and then you prevent a person from getting a heart attack. Then tertiary prevention is once you have a heart attack, what do? Well, we have a comprehensive chelation therapy program, and that's tertiary prevention. Now, all doctors should be into primary prevention. Guess how much money they make from primary prevention? None. Secondary prevention, they make a little. And tertiary prevention,
billions, trillions.
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, but that's not regular medicine. That's preventive. That's like chelation,
okay,
and that's where a holistic
right,
practitioner would make some money.
Well, what do we call the other part? This regular traditional medicine, is that?
Well, they don't have the perspective
They don't have this
of preventive
perspective,
holistic
Well, that
medicine.
makes a lot of money anyway. I was trying to get to that category.
Yeah, some do, not all, especially certain extravagant procedures like open heart surgery and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that makes a ton of money.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about healthcare reform. And healthcare reform goes beyond disease management, symptom management, and drug management. I'm looking at yesterday's USA Today, and it says at the top of the page, can Americans trust their medicine?
No.
They had a Vioxx, that's pulled off the market. Then
All right.
Celebrex is now, there's a major warning there that it can increase heart attacks. And then another drug called Anaprox, which is a very common pain reliever. They don't know if it can cause some problems as well.
And if I might say, look, DDT was in the environment, arsenic was in the paint, lead was in the paint, the syphilis, the Tuskegee Institute experiment. Come on. Who are we going to trust? When do we start? How far do we go back? Go ahead.
Right. So really, the idea is to bring a new era of medicine and healing.
And you better think for yourself, too.
Yeah, because it's not what school of thought you use to heal yourself,
go.
whether it's surgery, herbology, positive thinking, or whatever. It basically is what works best at the time. And hopefully you have the knowledge and perspective to choose well. Basically, I believe in blending the best of all healing techniques available around the world to minimize health problems here in America or anywhere. We have colon therapists and massage therapists we're going to be introducing here as part of our round table. And one time she discovered and helped a person with cancer by discovering cancer or a mass when she was trying to do a colonic, and was referred to me. And then we got a bunch of doctors together as a team, and that guy's still living and walking around talking plenty of stuff.
And now his wife is coming in for treatments and
Right.
things, Well, that's so we have a lot of treatments with this preventive medicine, Dr. Richardson, as you mentioned, the colonic therapist.
Right, the holistic aspect.
And holistic aspect.
Means that you use, first of all, you treat the whole person, mind, body, and spirit, and then holism means you
immune system enhancement.
Right. You may use gargle with salt water. That's environmental. And then if you need to, you use a medication if you have a very heavy infestation of bacteria that could hurt you.
We also see, people think, well, what is preventive medicine? What does it mean? Does it have any scientific basis? And there are some very deep schools, journals of thought. And why don't you...
Well, try these names. Life extension medicine, free radical molecular medicine, clinical nutritional biochemistry, applied toxicology and immunology. Toxicology is poisoning. Preventive environmental medicine, psychoneuroimmunology.
And there may be some of you out there with degrees in this and studying this kind of thing, but that's preventive holistic medicine. It's very scientific. So, Dr. Richardson, we're going to move to another question. Basically, it's why we may have answered this already, but we can emphasize this, but why should we even be concerned about preventive holistic medicine in the first place anyway? Why is it so important? Why are we talking about it so?
Indeed, because the U.S. healthcare system is in serious crisis. There's epidemics of chronic degenerative diseases that were never on the planet Earth. American politicians always are talking about healthcare reform, but, we have $2 trillion annually that we're spending. There's disease management, crisis intervention mentality without the prevention. We have shocking, appalling, horrible health statistics. Comparing the United States to other Western countries, we are not doing so well.
Really? What is it? 1 out of 3 prostate cancer, 1 out of 8 breast cancer,
right.
Cardiovascular disease in 1 out of 2 people, cancer in 1 out of 2 people,
right.
Alzheimer's, diabetes. Come on, folks. And it's happening younger and younger. Don't go to sleep on us now. This is serious. Right. You may be next.
There's an epidemic of chronic degenerative diseases and unfortunately infectious diseases. A country like Cuba has their AIDS epidemic in check, and we don't here.
Even digestive disorders, all kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Dr. Richardson, what kind of questions, for our listeners out there, what should they be asking themselves? What's a few questions that they might be thinking about, when they're considering their health, their longevity, their life, their family, all these kind of things?
Well, you got to ask, what are the root causes of this Western epidemic of diseases, and what responsibility do you have for your own quality and quantity of life? Are there alternatives to drugs? Is it really necessary when you get older to be on 5 or 6 medications and have had all these surgeries?
No.
And what about proper sleep, sex, outlook, exercise, meditation, digestion? How can we reduce or eliminate free radical damage? And what about toxic environmental stress and toxic relationships even?
Indeed. And Dr. Richardson, a little bit later in the show, we're going to have you give, your vision and your goals and your objectives with preventive holistic medicine, because I'm sure the listening audience is really interested in, how does this preventive medicine translate into a program for health here in America? Because really there is no program for here. It's basically when you get something, they come and treat it, and a lot of money is made. For example, bypass surgery is $100,000 to $110,000 if there's complications, And changing the diet doesn't cost all that much, and rounded chelation is a fraction of that, but that's not the orientation. And we can give an example after that. Right now, why don't we introduce another colleague of ours and a great friend of mine and somebody who's been around us for a long time, very supportive and very understanding of health, very powerful woman, very empowered, does a lot of things. She just has tremendous energy. Okay, I'm just going on and on. All right. Well, we can't go on and on. But anyway, her name is Harriet Harris. She has a detoxmovement.com, and she's a colonic therapist, a massage therapist, a healer, a psychologist.
That's right, definitely.
Crystal. No, I don't. And she does all kind of things. No, I don't know. What you do a whole lot of things. But Harriet, we're glad to have you here. She's the producer of the show, and she's on the show with us today. And we're glad that you can share the airwaves with us today.
Yes, welcome. So what do you have to say about holistic preventive medicine?
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here on this side of the mic.
All right.
And what I want to say is that you just cannot afford to be sick. Mm-hmm. None of us can afford to be sick.
That's good.
So you have to do something holistic and preventive every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And when I look at the 15 root causes of disease, which we have on our mission statement.
And we got to post it all over the office.
Right.
Go ahead.
Over half of those have to do with the digestive health and have to deal with your colon.
Yeah.
And so, since that is my area, it's just very interesting that every part of your body is represented on your colon.
Sure it is.
So sometimes when you have food stuck in a certain area, that's the area that tends to be broken down on your body.
Whether it's the lungs, the brain, or emotions, or whatever.
Exactly, on the knees, wherever. And because that waste stays there, your brain says, oh, I think we need to help out. And so it actually moves that toxicity to that corresponding part of your body. And that's what starts that degeneration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder what people want to know about a holistic alternative approach to medicine.
Yeah, I think what we'll do is open up those phone lines, and here can pontificate and illuminate and enlighten us a little bit more with her role in this preventive holistic medicine as a massage therapist and colonic therapist and part of our team, a very important team which we refer back and forth in Dr. Richardson's office. But let's get you involved out there in Atlanta. I know it's Christmas time, holiday time, and a couple of you are kicking back, sipping on some tea, and maybe not even working and this and that, and maybe thinking about your health and, maybe some challenges that you're having or a loved one is having or a family member and all this kind of thing, wondering what can be done about this prostate cancer or constipation or people have a lot of flu and cold and back up with the sinuses and stuff. I see them, and if you had the right diet and a proper approach to your health, and now you really don't need to go through too much of that. But right now, we'd like to hear what Atlanta has to say about that. We know you're listening out there, so we'd like to get you involved in our discussion today of preventive holistic medicine. And we'd like your questions or comments on this topic or any other topic related to preventive holistic medicine. Right now, you can call us on our lines in the studio, and the number is 404-880-9255. That's 404-880-9255. Of course, Atlanta. You can call us on your home phone, business phone, car phone, cell phone, someone else's phone, or a pay phone. Just be sure to call us and let your thoughts be known. You can call us in the studio right now. And the number is 404-880-9255, 404-880-9255. You can write down your questions or comments to be sure that we can move through these calls quickly because we'd like to take as many as possible. And you can get in the studio right now to talk to the staff of the Atlanta Clinic of Preventive Medicine and Dr. Richardson and myself. And that would be at 404-880-9255. That's 404-880-9255. Well, this is so important. I mean, maybe one of the most important things people could discuss, preventive holistic medicine. Is that?
I'm trying to identify about 21 things that I think are the top 21 things that people need to do for their health. It's sort of an arbitrary number. But one of them is know your longevity plan, the short-range goals and the long-range goals.
Mm-hmm.
But we know a lot. The main thing is, what do the people out there want to know from us?
That's true. We have to investigate that right now because we're going to run to Julie in Atlanta. Julie, you're on the air
on Dr. Richardson On Call. Thank you for calling this evening.
Well, thank you. Good to talk to both Dr. Richardson and you, John. And the lady's name again?
Harriet.
Harriet.
Yep.
I've been in your offices, and I'm actually calling kind of with a different spin, and I was thinking of asking you about macular degenerative, but I was just listening to another radio program, another NPR station, and they were talking about some scandal in New York of foster children being used for drug trials without anyone knowing.
Foster children.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, how do we get beyond
Jeez.
or around the pharmaceutical industry, which leverages so much power and actually kind of has like a mind grip on us that we think we need drugs to survive?
That's actually a great
question.
point.
Yeah.
What it is that's what they wanted. They wanted to control, because our ancestors, even in the Americas and especially in our various motherlands, were independent and knew what herb to use for what malady. Of course, they lived a spectacular, pristine lifestyle to even prevent certain diseases in the first place. So we have to get back to that, which is one of my favorite things, is that we have to live a more pristine lifestyle and spread that and make it a culture of non-deceitful culture where we will not become dependent on these pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, I think we have to heal our mind, body, spirit, and that so that we can think clearly and make good decisions. Next, we're going to run to Kalisa in Atlanta. Kalisa, are you there? Kalisa, are you there?
Yes.
You're on the air with Dr. Richardson. Thank you for calling.
All right, I have a question about long-term use for vegetable laxatives. Can there be any harm in the long run?
Yes. Yeah, any long-term use if it's a stimulatory laxative, it's actually a slight poison that goes into the colon, and the colon wants to get rid of it, so it increases peristalsis, or the movement out. So it's best to use bulk-forming laxatives as far as what you take orally. There is a condition called melanosis coli that is found during colonoscopies of people who use either drug or herbal laxatives chronically. You should eat a diet that keeps you from being constipated.
You should.
And you can take colonics too.
I eat lots of vegetables, lots of fruit, drink lots of water, and everything that I've done has never really worked.
Well, if you could be more exclusive, I won't even say more. I've, over the years, come to decide that it's fruits and leafy green vegetables that will make you go. If you want more movement, you move your body. In other words, love to exercise. And
I do all of that.
Eating other things are going to slow you down.
Period. So in other words, the original food of man was only fruits, vegetables, a few seeds and nuts. So that means you have to eat plates and plates of vegetables, period. Gorillas eat 50 to 60 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables every day.
Yeah, and we have a whole protocol for what she's talking about, and the drinking water and exercise, all kind of things to do with this, and there's the emotional aspects of this. For more information, you can check our website. I think we have an article on cleansing and detoxification, and you can learn a lot of techniques in there.
It's on the website.
Yeah, the website is www.acpm.net. That's www.acpm.net. But folks, you can hear the music, Atlanta, and that's because we're going to take a break. You're listening to Dr. Richardson On Call, where today we are featuring how preventive holistic medicine goes far beyond just suppressing symptoms and disease management. How preventive holistic medicine includes any or all of medical and or alternative approaches to bring about health and healing. Stay tuned for this edition of Dr. Richardson On Call, where today we will continue to examine how preventive holistic medicine is saving lives, preventing disease, and reversing disease. We'll be right back.
This is Dick Gregory. Dr. Richardson On Call will continue after this break.
Hi, and thank you for listening to what was at the time Dr. Richardson's very popular and informative holistic, preventive, alternative health talk radio show, designed to save lives, prevent disease, and reverse disease. Furthermore, if you are interested and in need of a holistic alternative medical doctor, you can reach Dr. Richardson at 770-419-4471. That's 770-419-4471. And be sure to visit our website at acpm.net. That's acpm.net.
Hello, ladies and gents. This is Andre 3000, one half of the group Outcast, and you're listening to Dr. Richardson on Call on WCLK 91.9 FM.
All right, Atlanta, we're back from the break, and you are listening to Dr. Richardson on Call, and I'm your co-host, John Richardson, along with Dr. William Richardson, along with Harriet Harris, who's a colonic massage therapist and wears many hats in our clinic. And today we're discussing preventive holistic medicine, how we can use preventive holistic medicine to prevent disease, reverse disease, and save lives, and how we can translate and utilize preventive holistic techniques in our overall health care system. And anyway, we're having a lively discussion about that. We have a full bank of calls, and the number, by the way, to get in the studio right now is 404-880-9255. That's 404-880-9255. We hope you're enjoying a rainy night in Georgia, this kind of thing. So maybe Renee Williams will play that on Jazz at Sundown at 7 p.m., which you can tune in to after our show. Again, the number to get in the studio right now is 404-880-9255, and we might as well just run straight to the callers because that's the most important thing on this show, you out there, Atlanta. And we're going to run to Jeff in Atlanta. Jeff has a question or comment today. Thank you, Jeff, for calling.
Yes, how you doing?
Great.
Good. Thank you so much for taking my call. My question, I'm going to try to keep it as brief and concise as possible. I have a family member who has been diagnosed with breast cancer. Yes. It is to the extent that they are recommending taking the breast. Mm-hmm. And my sister, I'll go ahead and tell you, it's my sister, has elected to go the holistic medicine route. Now, I guess my question is really, at what point, if there is a point, would you, as thinking of holistic medicine, say, you know what, this should be a treatment whereby we're working with conventional medicine to use holistic medicine to bear on this thing? Right. I guess my question is, is how far along, could someone be before they could use, before holistic medicine is kind of out of frame for using it to bring something back to where it should be?
Yes, good question. It's never totally out of frame. It's a personal decision because only she's going to face the consequences thereof. Now, if someone comes in with a tumor in the breast, personally, I prefer to have it removed surgically. There are people who have elected not to. Most people do. Look at it this way. If you've surgerized a lot of chicken breasts, that is, you've mutilated the animal, killed them, cooked them, and eaten them, you may have to pay a price, as above, so below, so to speak. Also, if you live the typical American nightmare of dietary indiscretion, heavy meat intake, then the so-called regular medical profession has something for you, and it's called drugs, surgery, and radiation. Now, on the other hand, I met people who totally had surgery and chemotherapy and radiation, and then a year later, the breast cancer comes back in both breasts. And that's because they never did the holistic type of treatment, which should be at least done in conjunction. Personally, I believe you can go either way, to the left or right. You can only rely on Western medicine, never do holistic medicine, or you can only rely on holistic medicine, make a mistake, and not do some aspects of Western medicine. Again, though, it's a personal belief. Only that particular person can face the consequences of their decision.
Right, and she has definitely made the decision to go holistically and not to bring in any because your point that you just made. Her point is that what if I go ahead and have this very, very big treatment done and have the breast taken, and it just reappears.
Right, but it could go either way too. I mean, if she better, if she's not going to get surgery, she better do some super slam and holistic stuff, and that stuff usually costs significant amounts of money. I mean, she has to drink like buku green juices. I mean, she has to be on it but tight, just like James Brown on the rhythm, to be blunt, if she's even going to consider it.
Harriet, you about to comment on this?
Yeah, you just have to be so aggressive with cancer, and it's much more aggressive than anybody really thinks about and knows.
That's right.
And what impresses me, Dr. Richardson, is when you say, well, this is what I would do if it were me. And when you answer it that way, it just takes me back. So, maybe, and I think you just did that, but, still, just say, if it were you.
Right. I mean, it's different than the prostate. I mean, the prostate, you get more side effects with surgery. If it was me, I would get it cut out. If it was my breast, I would at least get a lumpectomy. One of my personal friends, he unfortunately wasn't able to convince his wife not to eat a lot of flesh, and I feel that was a big factor in why she had cancer. She had 3 areas plus a lymph node in one breast.
Metastasis.
So lumpectomy isn't going to be enough for her, and I personally, unfortunately, recommended a mastectomy in heavy holistic medicine.
Well, we could go on and on about cancer. In fact, we will, because we'll have some shows on it. It's huge. It's probably the most complicated thing we deal with, and then there's a lot of denial and a lot of fantasizing with it. Very serious, but it behooves one to really heal their mind and emotions and really get in sync with the thinking that's necessary to deal with the cancer.
And a lot of people are very attached to their body part, sometimes to their detriment, I might say.
And one thing, consider the cancer as a gift
to
the whole family so that the whole family can heal. And that's why it's there now at this time.
Now you're talking something deep. That's good. All right, we're going to run to another caller, folks. We appreciate your participation, Atlanta. The line's just filling right up. This is great. And we're going to run next to Sonia in Atlanta. Sonia, you have a question about supplement and something else here. How you doing?
Hello. I am fine. How are you?
Excellent.
I have a question for colon cleansing.
Yeah.
Is there a herb or several herbs that you can take to move things right along on a natural basis?
Right. Again, the best herbs, the best thing ultimately is raw foods, and then there's bulk-forming laxatives, and then there's stimulatory laxatives, which can be used temporarily, and then plenty of water and exercise, and then something else.
Colon hydrotherapy.
Okay.
Get a series of colonics. Also, I recommend E-time. That's enema time.
Oh, yeah.
And once a week. And no, it's not too much. You can actually, have some intimate time with yourself and have an enema.
Quite intimate. Right.
Okay.
All
Now,
right.
I have one other question.
Very quickly. Go ahead.
Normally, people say after you eat so many hours afterwards, you should, be able to go. I have not been able to do that for years.
How many times do you move per week?
Per week, I would say 3.
And 3 times a week? Oh, that's not good.
See, and I don't eat a lot of meat and things like that.
Well,
so
don't
I
eat
drink
it.
a lot of
Try
water.
this. Try not eating any meat. How if your bowel movements are they as long as your foot?
No.
Okay, then you need to you need to get a detox plan. What's that website? Detoxmovement.com.
I'm serious because I have a friend of mine who told me about it, and I'm like,
that
really?
Can cause,
and I'm not overweight or anything.
Well, but that can cause cancer. I mean, just sitting there like
definitely.
that. So you really need to address that.
Recirculating toxins throughout your body.
And estrogen, you really need to address that, and it needs to go every day, and it needs to be big.
That's.
Well, then I need to see Dr. Harriet then ASAP.
Well, Dr. Harriet's not a doctor. She's actually a colonic therapist, but same thing,
I'm still willing to see you. We're right in Dr. Richardson's office, and that's the question, the critical question, how many bowel movements per day or per week? And when I hear 3, I say you got to, per week, I say you got to come in right away because disease is, going to visit you quicker than it's going to visit the next person.
And also you need to be on a lifestyle nutritional counseling program, which is what we do in our office so that we can correct the problem so that this isn't happening. You won't need these corrective issues. You'll just be living that way.
And that's why we work so well together.
That's right. Okay. Sonia, we're going to have to run. More information, check our website. Okay? We appreciate your call, and the website address is www.acpm.net. That's www.acpm.net. Next, we're going to run to Kia in Atlanta. Hello? Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is it Kia?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling Dr. Richardson on call today. What do you have to say?
Well, I have 2 questions. My first question is about digestive enzymes.
Yep.
I have seen a naturopath in the past prior to moving to Atlanta and was told that my digestion was not very good and that I should take digestive enzymes. So my question regarding that is that something you recommend, and is that something I have to do forever?
Yeah, it really depends. Usually not forever. Usually it's a temporary thing unless we do use them more chronically for diseases like cancer for other reasons. But what you have to worry about is food combining, lifestyle factors, and eating enough foods that do not have the enzymes totally cooked out of them. If you eat live foods, and that's covered. If you eat cooked foods, and you have to cook them slowly if you're going to even do that. So there's really a way to get around that.
Juicing also would help you immensely. If you had a juicer, they put the live enzymes right in there very quickly. Do you have something on
Well,
that?
it depletes your digestive enzymes when you're having to work to deal with cooked foods that you eat. So you could have a lifetime problem.
Yeah,
if you don't change your lifestyle.
Yeah, if you don't eat smart.
And you either get some counseling, read some books, do all of that, go to some seminars. It's not hard to learn about that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. We appreciate your call today, Kia. And we appreciate your participation out there in Atlanta. And the number here to get in the studio right now is 404-880-9255, 404-880-9255. We're talking about preventive holistic medicine, and we're going to continue to take your calls and your comments. Right now we're going to Kareem in Atlanta. Kareem, you have a question on chronic liver disease.
Yes. During the 60s, I was an intravenous drug user. And I stopped in like 69, but now just about 2 years ago, they told me I had hepatitis C and there's cirrhosis of the liver. And this edema, this swelling is everywhere. And they're telling me I need a transplant. And I got some hernias that I can't get down because they can't operate because the liver's not processing right. And I'm really living in misery. And I need to know... You know, what can I do with this? And Dr. Richardson, I want to say something to you.
Yeah.
I really believe in you, man. I've listened to your show, and I came to your office and got my heart broke because they wouldn't take me because I had Medicaid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't take Medicaid.
But I do want to see you, and I do want to get some answers to this. I don't want them cutting all on me for nothing.
Yeah, what you're dealing with is a major epidemic, and many people need to recognize that hepatitis C infection is an epidemic in our community, affecting actually African Americans more. It's going to become more important than HIV in 10 years, period.
Wow.
So this is very serious. And I mean, obviously the first thing is anybody who has hepatitis C can use absolutely no alcohol, not even herbal tinctures,
I don't drink or smoke,
not
none of that
one
stuff.
drop. And then the diet has to be really, really non-stressful to the liver. No toxins, no meats, no coffees, orally anyway. But then you probably want to experiment with coffee enemas to detox the liver.
We actually have a tape in our office on a previous show we did on liver health. If you get that tape, it's about $7.
Where do I get it from?
At our office, just come into the office and get that tape. And then if you visit our website, which you could do at the library or with friends or whatever, we have chock full of information on that.
There's 3 more specific things you need to know: alpha lipoic acid, selenium, and silymarin. Those are 3 things.
Those are liver protectives and
you need to take those. Yeah.
But we're going to have to run Kareem.
In what form do I take those?
Orally.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. And there's a hint to folks: take care of your liver. It's very serious. It's a big challenge these days. It's being challenged for a lot of reasons. Liver health. Next, we're going to run to Ashu in Norcross.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
I'm sorry, I'm in a very bad area. But basically, my mom is warning me about hydrogenated oils, and I just wanted to find out, what is it that she's, what point is she trying to get across to me? I have a very busy lifestyle, and, I may pop in here and there to grab a bite, but she's always saying, watch what you eat. These hydrogenated oils are going to kill you.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
just don't.
I really want to know, give me some clarification on that.
Okay,
please.
we will.
Hydrogenated oils are made by boiling oils and then adding oxygen. Basically, you want to avoid them, period. They're associated with trans fatty acids, which are very damaging. Do not eat trans fatty acids or hydrogenated oils, period. Just make up your mind and research it. And what it can cause is anything from schizophrenia to cancer.
Arthrosclerotic plaque buildup.
All that. I mean, you totally want to avoid that. As far as you being so busy, if you get the wrong disease, it'll knock you and slow you so down it won't be funny. So you better take the time to take care of yourself and make sure if you're that busy, and that means you should be making enough money to have somebody prepare some raw foods for you or something that has raw oils.
It's right on the package. It says hydrogenated oils, and that'd be things like chips.
Yeah, they have.
It's laced in everything.
Right, but then they have packages now that say no hydrogenated oils, and that's what you want to look for. You can do that very quickly, so you can take the time to do that.
It's causing a lot of disease, and you'll find if your health is good and you're living a good life, that kind of thing, that you'll have the time to take care of these things, and you'll actually get more done. You'll be more efficient. Right. So busy, and a lot of people busy, and then the cancer epidemic, all these other epidemics. So be careful with the busy thing. All right, Atlanta, we appreciate your participation. We're talking about preventive holistic medicine today, and the lines are continuing to be full. We're honored to be your host and expound on this subject of preventive holistic medicine.
Yeah, busy also equates with stress more than likely. And stress is a real cause for disease.
Yeah, it's 75 to 80, 90% of the cause of disease. Stress. And it's a very stress-filled society. Next, we're going to run to Fred in Sugar Hill. Fred, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thanks for calling.
I've been listening to your radio station for a number of months since I've started to listen to WCLK.
Sure.
And I've just got a couple of questions. The lady called earlier about having 3 bowel movements per week, and that pretty much is my situation. So I've sort of sensed that that's not a good thing. And can you tell me, in light of going through a person like your guest, what can I do in my own household to increase the frequency?
You can drink water before each meal, a couple of glasses of pure water. You can exercise, do deep breathing. You could eat raw vegetables and fruits. One of my friends named Bilal, he ate a 25-pound bag of carrots. He just ate carrot after carrot, and the roughage caused him to detox.
At least.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Because a friend of mine gave me a very old book called Cooking with Mother Nature by Dick Gregory, and he suggested that I do some of those things in that book, which I have incorporated into my lifestyle, but I've still had the problem of roughly 3 times per week.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. If you, there's a new place called Loving It Live coming up, and there's other live places. If you eat much more live foods, you usually will have absolutely no problem. Because I used to have a similar problem even as a vegetarian.
Yeah, and check our website again. We have an article, Cleansing and Detoxification. If you look in there, you'll see chock full of suggestions on
would you give that website
again,
please?
The website is www.acpm.net. That's www.acpm.net. There's a lot of articles and health tips and all this kind of thing you can check on that website.
And I just want to give you guys kudos. You guys provide a fascinating, fantastic service to the community, and I really enjoy listening to you and pick up a lot of tips. Thank you very much.
We're honored, Fred. Take care. Happy holiday. All right, we are going to run to another caller. So next we'll run to Kevin in Roswell. Kevin, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much, and good evening to all.
Good evening.
I just wanted your comments, Doctor, about the use of or eating of prunes, drinking of prune juice, use of vinegar and lemons for cleansing and or movement.
Okay, great.
Yeah, prunes have been a traditional mainstay for laxatives. What was the other one? Apple cider vinegar?
Yeah, prune juice.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, prune juice, that can certainly, it has actually constituents in it which cause stimulation of evacuation of the colon, period.
He said vinegar and lemon.
Vinegar and lemon, like apple cider vinegar.
Which would be recommended.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a stimulatory effect on the colon, but it certainly is a nice detox. But we're talking about apple cider vinegar. And it's actually very good.
And that's liver work.
Yeah,
those are liver work.
It's good.
And we're going to try to get
Are there some people that should not take apple cider vinegar?
Not that much. Really.
No particular disease. Okay.
More information, check the website. Kevin, we're going to have to run.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks. And we're going to squeeze in another caller before this break. And that caller is going to be Damu in Stone Mountain. Damu, you're on the air.
Hello, doctors and assistant. I want to say thank you very much for being who you are and doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
I wanted to speak to the woman who who had the problem with bowel movements.
Yeah.
And I want to say, a few years ago, I had a similar problem,
Mm-hmm.
and my diet was what I considered excellent. I was vegan,
Mm-hmm.
and I exercised very regularly,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and and ate a lot of so-called correct food.
Mm-hmm.
I found out, after working with a naturopath from D.C.,
Mm-hmm.
that I had a problem with the liver.
A problem with what?
With the liver.
The liver. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I also found out, while studying traditional Chinese medicine,
Mm-hmm. That's right.
that the liver,
Mm-hmm.
is responsible for muscle movement and things of that sort.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when I started working with the liver, I corrected it.
That's a good point. That's a good
So I
point.
just wanted to share that with the young lady.
Okay.
Oh, we've got a
yeah.
good probiotic too, a human strand of probiotic that we're very excited about in the office.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And people have, with gas and bloating, they're getting this implanted directly into their colon, and it's excellent results. So.
That's during the colonic, yeah, it is. It's very unique. I'm very excited about
Liver work is important. I'm glad that's coming up on this show. We appreciate your comment today, Damu, and we appreciate your participation in Atlanta. Right now, you hear the music. Atlanta, we're going to have to take a break. And you're listening to Dr. Richardson on Call, where today we are featuring preventive holistic medicine that goes far beyond just suppressing symptoms and disease management. How preventive holistic medicine includes any and all types of medical and or alternative approaches to bring about health and healing. Continue to stay tuned for this edition of Dr. Richardson on Call, where today we are going to continue to discuss how preventive holistic medicine is saving lives, preventing disease, and reversing disease. We'll be right back.
This is Dick Gregory. Dr. Richardson on Call will continue after this break.
Hi, and thank you for listening to what was at the time Dr. Richardson's very popular and informative holistic, preventive, alternative health talk radio show, designed to save lives, prevent disease, and reverse disease. Furthermore, if you are interested and in need of a holistic alternative medical doctor, you can reach Dr. Richardson at 770-419-4471. That's 770-419-4471. And be sure to visit our website at acpm.net. That's acpm.net.
On Call on WCLK 91.9 FM.
All right, Atlanta, we're back from the break, and you're listening to Dr. Richardson on Call, and I'm your co-host, John Richardson, along with Dr. William Richardson, along with our colonic massage therapist, Harriet Harris, where today we're discussing preventive holistic medicine, how we can use preventive holistic medicine to prevent disease, reverse disease, and save lives, and how we can translate and utilize preventive holistic techniques in our overall healthcare system. And we want you to stay tuned to 91.9 WCLK. For Jazz at Sundown with Renee Williams at 7 p.m. And so we're going to begin to wrap this show up. We've been having an excellent discussion on preventive holistic medicine. Dr. Richardson, you were going to share with us a bit more about your vision, goals, and objectives regarding preventive holistic medicine in a capsule nutshell.
Right. What we want to get away from is disease management, suppressing symptoms, and crisis intervention.
Yes,
so we talk about a real healthcare reform,
yes.
A new era of medicine and healing. Medicine of the future is here right now. First of all, take a holistic approach to prevention and nutritional work and life extension medicine. Treat potential causes of illness and health instead of just suppressing symptoms. And get the best of both worlds. Conventional modern medicine featuring state-of-the-art diagnostic evaluated medical techniques and holistic medical treatments, including nutrition, diet, lifestyle changes, environment, detoxification, etc. So that's what I would say about that. And basically, you look at 15 root causes of disease. Is that on our website?
Yes.
Okay, so look up on our website the 15 root causes of diseases and find them by getting exotic preventive lab tests that most people don't even know existed. Get the lifestyle nutritional counseling as a crucial move. Get rid of the mercury and the other heavy metals, the mercury in the mouth. Do chelation therapy, all that sort of stuff. And then the health goals for each patient should be proper diet, live foods, properly prepared food that is cooked properly if you're going to eat cooked food, cleansing and detoxification through colonics, like our Sister Harriet Harris here, fasting, eliminating adulterated foods, herb cleanses, enemas, wheatgrass, live diet, immune enhancement through lifestyle, sleep supplements, IVs, that's intravenous treatments that holistic doctors do, diet, juicing, proper exercise, internal, meaning yoga, tai chi, meditation, prayer, and all that, and external, stress management, massage, yoga, acupuncture, exercise, fun relationships, etc., support groups, spiritual life, and read and study. Get rid of bad habits and replace them with good habits. And what we want to do is wean people off of prescriptive medications any chance possible, period.
That's right, Dr. Richardson. Very well said. Well, we're not going to be able to take any more calls, but we're going to just quickly comment on, there's Big Mike on the phone, and Frida, and Portia, and Deborah. We appreciate you calling today. And basically, we're just going to run down. One question was, are colonics painful? And I would say basically they're not. They're very gentle. Harriet?
Yeah, it's fine. Just when gas is passing out, it's a little crampy, but other than that, it's very smooth.
Especially with somebody. And then there was a question about alkalinity. The pH balance and the acidic and this kind of thing.
We have another associate, Dr. Williams. He's a naturopath in our office, and she really is into
big
alkalinity.
On that.
And the thing is, I would say that the diet we're talking about causes an alkaline state in the
Definitely,
body.
and it prevents disease. Also, there was questions about supplements. Again, that would be the things that we all deal with, and Dr. Williams, and what supplements. There's a lot of supplements on the market that can help with health, cleansing, and detoxification and all.
That's right.
So.
Yes.
All right. And so we're going to start wrapping the show up. And also, we want to thank our producer. That's Harriet Harris. Thank our engineer. That's Tracy Ross. Thank our call screener, Lorenzo Kemp. And thank our executive producer. That's me, John Richardson. And especially thank Director of Talk Radio. That's Reggie Hicks. And we also want to recognize those underwriting and sponsoring the show. That would be the Atlanta Clinic of Preventive Medicine. That would be Dr. William Richardson, MD. So we're going to get out of here, Atlanta. We want to remind you we'll be back in January. That would be January 12th at 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. We'll be talking about weight loss, preventive, safe, and holistic. So be sure to join us then. And we appreciate you again listening to our show today. Dr. Richardson on call. We've been talking about preventive holistic medicine, and we will continue to talk about it for the months and years and decades and centuries to come. For Dr. William Richardson, this is John Richardson signing off and inviting you to join us on our next edition of Dr. Richardson on call, January 12th, year 2005 at 6 p.m., where we will be discussing weight loss, preventive, safe, and holistic and effective techniques, part 1, because we're going to have 2 shows. We will see you January 12th in Atlanta. Take care. Happy New Year, and be safe.
Saving lives, preventing disease, and reversing disease. You are listening to Dr. Richardson on Call, brought to you in part by the Atlanta Clinic of Preventive Medicine, William Richardson, MD.
This program is not being used to make diagnosis, administer treatment, prescribe medications, or order tests. The information contained is provided as an educational service. This program is not a replacement for the relationship you have with your healthcare provider. If you have concerns about your health, please contact your healthcare provider's office immediately.
Hello, ladies and gents. This is Andre 3000, one half of the group Outcast, and you're listening to Dr. Richardson on Call on WCLK 91.9 FM.
Hi, and thank you for listening to what was at the time Dr. Richardson's very popular and informative holistic, preventive, alternative health talk radio show designed to save lives, prevent disease, and reverse disease. Furthermore, if you are interested and in need of a holistic alternative medical doctor, you can reach Dr. Richardson at 770-419-4471. That's 770-419-4471. And be sure to visit our website at acpm.net. That's acpm.net.
Welcome to this edition of Dr. Richardson on Call. Hi, I am Dr. William Richardson, and today we are going to take a serious look at preventive holistic medicine at its best. How preventive medicine goes far beyond just suppressing symptoms and disease management. How preventive medicine is saving lives, preventing disease, and reversing disease. How preventive medicine includes any and all types of medical and/or alternative approaches to bring about health and healing. Stay tuned for this edition of Dr. Richardson on Call, where today we will examine how preventive medicine can and will solve your health challenges now and in the future.
Did you know that studies reveal that 86% of your health and well-being is totally dependent upon your lifestyle, diet, environment, exercise, relaxation, rest, and stress management? And did you know that medical care and genetics account for only 14% of your health and well-being? This means that you are 86% in control of your health through living a healthy lifestyle and building a healthy environment. Dr. Richardson and the Atlanta Clinic of Preventive Medicine specialize in reversing disease, preventing disease, and saving lives. Our full-service health clinic offers complete diagnostic evaluations and medical care, lifestyle nutritional counseling, detox programs, immune enhancement, permanent weight loss programs, IV chelation therapy, and alternative treatments for most all diseases and conditions.
Hello, ladies and gents. This is Andre 3000, one half of the group Outcast, and you're listening to Dr. Richardson on Call on WCLK 91.9 FM.
Hi, I'm Dr. William Richardson, and I'm inspired and honored and truly welcome you to this edition of Dr. Richardson on Call, where the second and fourth Wednesday of every month from 6 to 7 p.m., we will take in-depth, stimulating looks at the major health issues facing our community today. My friends, the mission of this health talk show, Dr. Richardson on Call,